Hey everybody.
Hi everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hello, it's great to see you.
Hi everyone. My name is Sara Parker. I'm a recreation programmer with the City of Burlington, and I'm so happy to invite you to our little impromptu tea party. I may be a recreation programmer, but I am a tea lover above everything else. So much so that I used to own my own tea room. So now I'm going to share a little bit of my tea knowledge with my friends on the adult team, and we're going to just have a look at what teas brew from white tea all the way to black tea and a little bit in between. All tea comes from the Camellia sinensis plant. It's an evergreen bush. Originated in China. It was first discovered by monks in 400 BC, and they just had the wind blow the tea leaves into the water, realized how invigorating and alert the tea made them. So they embraced that infusion for medicinal reasons, and now we enjoy it for medicinal and for pleasure. Okay, first tea is white tea. It's the least oxidized. You'll see that it's nice and light. And this is a flavored white tea. Flavored teas take a little bit longer to steep, and a white tea is going to typically require 2 grams of dry leaf to 8 ounces of water. You're going to want that tea water to be about 185 to 195 degrees. So rapid boil will be 205 degrees. You're going to boil your kettle and then let it cool down for about 20 to 30 seconds. You're going to let that steep for 3 to 5 minutes because it does have flavoring in there. There's some apple pieces, some beautiful strawberry vine in there, and that's what's creating this gorgeous red, ruby red infusion full of antioxidants, and that'll get you through the winter. All right, nice and light, and about 1/3 of the amount of caffeine that you would have in a black tea. Okay, we're gonna move along. This is our green tea. Lots of people don't enjoy green tea because they're introduced to it through the drive-thru in a paper cup with boiling water thrown right on top of it. Now, green tea is far too fragile to handle that boiled water, so it needs actually water at about 175 degrees to 185 degrees, rather than the rapid boil, which is 205 degrees. Okay, 2 grams, 8 ounces, and you're going to steep for 1 to 3 minutes. You're not gonna leave it in that paper cup, and you're gonna use china if you want the best cup of tea. You should have notes of grassy hay, fresh, buttery tones to your green tea, and you'll see the difference here between a tea bag and how much tea, dry tea, and then when it looks like dust. It's the bottom of the tea leaves. So that's what they'll throw into that tea bag, and then when you steep it, it's only going to expand to about the same amount, whereas a fresh cut loose leaf, still a lower grade, but you can see the difference and how much that tea leaf expands and how the cups, the infusions, same weight, same steeping time, and same infusion is going to result in completely different liqueurs. That's what we call our infusions, liqueurs. It sounds fancier. The Oolong Tea, that's your in-the-middle artisan tea. It's a specialty tea. Taiwan has really taken ownership of this type of tea. An Oolong Tea will be oxidized about, I'd say, 30 to 70%. There's really a lot of room. It's kind of like the craft beer of the tea world. They'll be hand rolling it. You'll see that these turn into the full tea leaf, and then it's rolled into what we call gunpowder. Very cool. And then you add your water, about 185 degrees, not quite a rapid boil, but it can hold a little bit more heat than your green tea. And then it expands, it unfurls, and you get this beautiful, full orange pekoe tea. Fun fact, orange pekoe actually just means the grade of tea. Orange being from the Dutch house. The Dutch preferred the second tier of leaves, nice and flowery, so it has nothing to do with the infusion, it's just the preferred grade of tea. So green tea can be orange pekoe, a black tea can be orange pekoe, as can an oolong tea. We're gonna jump over to black tea. That's what we all like. It holds up to milk, sugar, and it can really wake you up. More caffeine in your black tea, And we're used to black tea in North America and Western Europe because it traveled well. Fully oxidized, it could stay on those clippers and get to us and be nice and fresh. Gives you a nice brisk malty cup, really nutty flavors to your tea. You can have an Assam tea, a Darjeeling, they're all black. The difference between black, green, and oolong is just the oxidization and how long it had out in the sun and in the fresh air to oxidize and become your tea. All right, so you'll see the difference here. Your standard tea bag just looks like a little dust. We call it fannings. And that's your 2 gram bag there. And then we'll expand a little bit as you infuse it in that tea bag. But if you have it nice and loose and full long cuts, it's going to unfurl and give you a much more aromatic tea. You actually have honey notes and little bits of rose in there. You may even pick up some of the jasmine that grows in many of the tea gardens. You'll also see that this is the exact same amount, same weight, same time, same amount of, same temperature of water, but how drastically different your infusions are. Which one would you rather have your milk added to? All right, and then just a few little fun facts as we tie up our little impromptu tea party here. Tea has 1/3 of the caffeine that you would get in your cup of coffee. True that a tea leaf does have more caffeine than a coffee bean, but you're not eating that tea leaf, but you are consuming that coffee. Second, it's the second most popular beverage in the entire world, next to only water. And did you know that tea rooms fueled the suffragette movement? Tea rooms are where the ladies could talk freely, and that is where the momentum started. So tea power will keep you healthy, keep you warm, and enjoy your next cup. Pinkies up.